A lot of sharing and things, so just give me a second. We're gonna get swifty. One second. Hope everybody's having a good night, man. You know, we we just working, man. Like that's the MO. We just working. So yeah, I'm doing some sharing things. Give me a second. Yep. And then go back to one of the things. I should have actually prepared a little better for this, but it's all good. Proper planning prevents poor performance, right? So know better, do better. I did plan a little better as far as cooking the beat. I already loaded the drums and whatnot, so that's a good thing. That is definitely a good thing. Now I'm gonna hit the face of the book of the face, and then we outside. All right. Hold on. Is my link live? It is. Skirt. All right, we about to get busy, and then we're gonna do actual introductions. Do actual introductions. I definitely wish I could peep some of the chites, but that's alright. All right, we ready. Peace to the guys. Shout out to the guy. This is Naafie in the building. POE the gang, and we cooking beats and having combos. The main thing that's been on my heart in particular has been like respect. Not only just respecting oneself first and foremost, but also respecting where people are, right? Respecting people's viewpoints, things of that nature, right? I will admit, I've been in a space of not being as accepting as needed, right? Especially given that so much is going on. So much is going on both in the world and in people's lives, right? And really it's just about having grace for people's level of awareness. And everyone's awareness is just different in general. So just having respect for, whether it's people's particular belief systems, whether it's the way they choose to conduct themselves, whether it's, whatever their purpose may be, right? Just allowing that to be. And like I said, respecting oneself. So we're going to touch on that in a second. Already got the beat loaded up. Kind of see it on the screen right here. So we got a sample, we got some drums, and we're going to cook. Got some samples, got some drums. We gonna cook. Yeah, that was a negative ghostwriter. Let's try again. Ma'am? Oh, that's hard. That is hard. I gotta remix it, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, cause that did not go. Nah, that wasn't it, Chief. All right, let's try again. It's too loud. All right, y'all can vibe for a second. I actually got to go to the man's room. So boring for like 30 seconds. So like I said, what's been on my heart recently has been respect. And the most important form of respect is self-respect, right? Like something that I think is kind of how should I say? Something that is important, right? Is boundaries when it comes, especially in reference to respect, right? Because if you respect yourself, you gonna have certain boundaries. And I don't mind admitting this right here on this live. Like, there have been ways in which I haven't respected myself fully, right? There have been ways where I've compromised my own boundaries, or what, just generally, like, what I feel about a particular subject or about myself. I've compromised that in order to be more accepted. And I don't think that that's a disservice to both myself as well as the people I've been around. And for y'all that know me, don't go throwing a fit and going all crazy and whatnot. Like, oh my God, Nago's fake. No, it's more so of balance, right? Even though it is important to respect others and extend that grace and respect others for where they are, there is a point where it becomes too much grace, right? There is a point where it becomes, okay, like, yes, I see the potential in this person. Yes, I can see what this person is capable of. But at a certain point, now I'm compromising my values and what I believe in, and what I know to be true for my journey based on my perception. POE the gang, right? The key, and this is why I named my brand what it is. The trick is to understand your perception, so that when you meet others, you have some sort of foundation. So, for example, if I'm not someone who reveres Christmas, at least not anymore. Used to in the past, I don't anymore. I'm not someone who reveres Christmas. However, recognizing what it does for others and how that makes others feel, especially in reference to being with family and the quote-unquote holiday cheer and things of that nature. And I mean, my mama still celebrate Christmas, you know what I'm saying? Like, so while I understand where that comes from, that's not something that I necessarily resonate with. But that doesn't mean that I compromise how I feel because someone else celebrates Christmas, right? Because Christmas, the date at least, still falls on very important astrological happenings, otherwise it wouldn't be so. So it's allowing others the freedom to do what it is that makes them comfortable, whatever it may be, but not compromising yourself. And especially as a Libra, we do tend to be people pleasers, right? Just because we see both sides, so we tend to compromise because of seeing both sides. But what I've realized is that seeing both sides is for the truth, right? Because once you recognize the numerous sides of a situation, you're able to see the truth. And this is where you can then learn to actually respect someone, like for real, versus like coping with someone's insecurities or mindsets, right? So, and going back to the self-respect thing, because I kind of went on a quick tangent, this is where, what do I like? What type of, how do I see myself, right? How do I view what I do? How much value am I putting in myself, right? Because if I don't have value in myself, that's going to translate poorly to others, right? And as nice as a person as I am, I have to remember to also have that much value for myself. So realizing that, and also not letting others lack of respect for themselves in whatever form that I see it, right? Again, that's my personal perspective. So, that's going to come from experience or through being aware of how certain actions affect people, right? Quick example, I'm not really a get drunk type of person, never been that type. Might sip on some wine, might, you know what I'm saying, whatever, mixed drink here and there, what have you. But I don't like being drunk because I hate the feeling afterwards, and I hate not being in control of myself, right? I want to be able to control myself in all situations and be aware in all situations. So, and even with something like smoking, same thing. While I understand the calm and ease it can bring someone, I tend to be too lackadaisical, be too forgiving, and I don't feel in full control of myself, which is why when someone does drink or when someone does smoke, I cannot judge them for their decisions because I ain't in their shoes. But I do have to consider the impact that that substance may have on that person based on their experiences, which I may not know fully because I don't know them, right? So really, self-respect comes down to boundaries. Like, what are your boundaries? What are you willing to accept? Because you can't accept everything. This world is full of a lot. You can't accept everything. And as someone who has tried to do that, it don't work, bro. I'm sorry. You can't accept everything. For me, I'm more so, I accept the truth. The fact. That's why I love what my dad says. The fact of the thing is the fact of the thing. You accept the truth, right? So that's a quick piece on respect. We're gonna continue to cook and see just how we spice this thing up. But yeah, I just wanted to share that piece on respect for sure. I do not like that shaker. Hold up, wait a minute. That shaker is a little mid-pack. You know what? YOLO. Whatever. Well, I chose wrong, but what the hell of it? You know, we're gonna leave it raw, dog. YOLO. So a lot of people don't know this about like my process, especially as an artist. one thing I do, like, all the time whenever I'm listening to beats, whatever, like, especially when making beats, which I guess I just realized I could do this. You learn more about yourself every day. Hold on, let me hit it with that angle right quick. All right. One thing I can very much so make a beat and sing and come up with melody. Like, so literally as I'm a song I'm actually working on with Conscious and Maestro the lyricist. Definitely check them out. If you watching me, you probably know who them artists are. If you don't, you're welcome. The beat I sent them, right? I literally like made the beat and made the chorus the same day and was just like, yo, we need to do this. And I think it's gonna be a dope song. Y'all gonna love it. It's definitely gonna be a bop. And I'm very much so proud of myself and honored that, Maestro and Conscious want to get on the track with your boy. And they don't play, them boy rap. So I know I gotta bring it. Let alone the other artists that I've worked with for my upcoming album. Shouts out to New, dog. If you not, he is New Unheard. That's his joint, Unheard. But man, look up Unheard, Mellow Soul. Those guys is fire, man. New sent me a verse that was just so crazy. It's NU on all platforms, or New Unheard. I'm on Instagram. Bro sent me a verse. Joint was crazy. I knew he was gonna bring it. Yo, I had to do my delivery like 4 billion times just to get that joint. You feel what I'm saying? Not 4 billion, but I definitely had to do a couple takes to get my delivery A1 because I can't come slack, especially working with somebody like that. So kudos to them for working with your boy. We're going to keep the train moving, collaboration over competition, because competition doesn't even exist for real. Like, without the other person, you would not be able to even recognize yourself. So how can you compete with someone when you're literally built different? People say, well, I'm built different. Yes, you are. You're right. Because you can't compete with nobody. So why even try? But I just work here. Let's see. So y'all probably won't be able to see the plugin. But the main reason I use, I love Labs. I love BBC Symphony Orchestra. It's actually pretty exclusive. It's very hard to get. I don't even know if you can still get this plugin anymore. But the reason I use these particular instruments is because they sound very, very realistic. Like, I love realistic sounding instruments. Like, don't get me wrong. Excuse me. A synth can kind of hit. Like, a synth is really good, especially if you choose the right type of synth. I like very much so like wavy, kind of etheric sounding synths. I'm a big fan of live instrumentation, and I do know some musicians, but I know schedules are a thing and things like that. So I know sometimes it can be a bit of a hassle getting those musicians all together in one space to kind of like jam like that. Black Nerd Mafia actually just started, having some jam sessions with the artists in Colombia. And right now, transportation is a bit of an issue for you boys. So, all in due time. But yeah, man, I love live instruments. I love like the sound of that real instrument. And even though this is, of course, a VST, which I'll have to drag it over this way. Even though this is really just like a VST, it still gives me that realistic feel that I'm looking for, as far as production. So, yeah, man, I love these plugins. If you see me use them a lot on these lives, yo, too bad, too sad. You probably gonna hear them in at least this particular plugin, and maybe Labs, and damn near all the things I produce, because they just give you good quality sounds. And even if they're like, they don't cost anything. Lab is free, right? So even if y'all get labs, you ain't Naafie. So it may not hit different. It's gonna hit different. I'm literally built different. So yeah, we gonna rock. Okay, that definitely does. Nigga, that shit go dummy. What? Oh, let's see if I get it right. Yo, I'll be making a stank face with this joint, man. Like, I wonder if I can, I'm pretty sure. Because I got a smaller MIDI, so if I want to go octave up, I literally have to like... Let me see how that sounds. No! Can I just get Control Z? It's literally a fuck it type of move. Respectfully, pardon my French. It's definitely like a YOLO type of vibe. So it's so weird. Like sometimes the curse words will slip when I'm doing other things, but on wax I refuse to curse. Like it's I don't know what that's about. I think it's just me having to further refine myself. But I do not curse on wax. Like I refuse to do that. See if we can find something. I like piano. I like this soft piano is really good. There are definitely some great pianos out, but I really like the feel that I get from this with that. Yes, sir. No, Bentley, no. All right, we'll get this into it. Now here's the hard part, because obviously I use the instruments a lot, so I got to figure out different ways to kind of spice it up. How in the halibut am I finna spice this up? Cause I mean, yo, like I don't know, fam. We finna just what well, hold on. Let me add one of these, and then add one of these. And then add one of these. Boy, I chose wrong from the get-go. Remix. I'm sorry. Yo, this junk is serious, dog. Yo, this shit is hard, dog. Yo, look. I could probably rap right now and kill him with the style, wow. I could probably rap right now and kill him with the style, wow. Please don't ask me how a nigga do this. I'm a master, you a nuisance. I be on some new-ish. That's a new clip, reload. I go beast mode. I like playing games, so I'm a cheat code, whoa. I run the game, so why you would? Nah, this serious, B. Sheesh. Okay. Now we need to add some bass. Bass. You know, I use Vital to make my own bass, so. Wait, skirt. I'm gonna add the instrument first. And come through with the 1-2 buckle my shoe. Yiddy. And then, is you gonna let me do the do? Alright, thank you kindly. Alright, boom. Yeah. Alright. Out of key. Yeah. definitely out of key. Yeah, I don't know piano theory, none of that. I know which notes is what, but as far as like actually knowing music theory, that's a no for me, dog. Like I kind of get the idea, but I'm definitely not an expert compared to like some other artists or what have you. Like your boy just, I throw some sounds together. I can play by ear, and that's what we do. So I am not no savant when it comes to music theory. Let's try this again. Yeah, all this is the boring part. Um, so even going back to self respect, right? Because we cooking beats and talking. You know what I'm saying? Um, Going back to the self respect, like I made a vow to myself recently to kind of honor who I am as an individual. Not compromise. Not um, you know, what does the highest version of Naafie look like for me? Doesn't necessarily have to be for y'all, because y'all only gonna see what I show you, for real, for real. And that can be consciously or unconsciously. But what does the highest version of Naafie look like? How can I embody that? What do I have to work on and surrender for that to be a thing? Who resonates with that version of Naafie and who doesn't, right? And there is a letting go process that comes with that. And it is what it is, man. Like, if we have separated or are no longer working together as far as like my purpose, it's not personal. It's really just growth, man. Like, and I know some really good people. I know some fantastic people, some fantastic artists, some intelligent people. But if our journey happens to split, then our journey happens to split. Like, it's not out of malice or me trying to be better than or nothing like that. I mean, the journey split. If they converge once again, they converge once again. But I've realized that I've given so much to others without giving to myself. So it's time for that, and we outside. So at this point in the game, we're really just looking for ambiance. The bass idea is there. We got our 808s. We got some nice action going on. So really at this point in the game, and I gotta move the screen back over. Really at this point in the game, we're really just looking for anything that adds a little bit more waviness to it. So yeah. Let me see. I like this one, but I will reuse that one. That one adds a little bit more sounds. That is absolutely not it. I do like that one. So we gonna mute all the things because I did not mix this. Probably will not lay this out on live. That's it. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Product of the Most High. My vehicles, a vessel for the light that's a ghost ride. Plus when I recite lines, it's impossible not to loop it. Confucius and catchy to completely stop confusion. Now don't get caught in an infinite cycle of cycles, cause that'll make the fact that you sing a deadly recital. They got people taking jabs for a cure when in reality all you need is a good diet and herbs. The media got a motive of fear. It's really weird how the common cold all of a sudden just disappeared. Plus most of my brothers that's claiming to be aware talk problems with no solutions and proceed to get scared when the money not involved. I just spread love and evolve. The game get hella heavy every time I make a song. I got more bars than the candy that's the color of my skin tone. And I've been on. Wow. The kid, yeah, I know. Music not the loudest in the room, but when I speak, you know the flow hotter than June. I make your soul come alive and do a dive dance. You got 5 chances to see the kid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's time. But never mind. Look. I should probably record this. High value, most people couldn't really afford this. I paid the cost. So seeing the kid you probably lost. That's why I used to say lost in the sauce. It's confusing till it's not. But never mind. Ooh. Alright. I'm done got it. So that's the 1-2 buckle my shoe, man. Really just wanted to come on live and just cook up some things, man. I want to keep the content rolling. I definitely want to, not only give y'all a little peek at the process, just a peek, but also, really, I'm really on that respect piece, man. As we move forward into 2023, which is not the new year, it's the fiscal new year according to the system, but the astrological new year is in March, i.e. spring. How is it going to be the new year if we in the middle of the coldest season, right? If nature reawakens during the spring, why would we reawaken in the middle of winter? But as we move into this new season, and retrograde is coming up on the 29th, I believe, Mercury retrograde. So for those that aren't familiar, Mercury, the planet Mercury, represents communication, thinking, thoughts, all of those things, right? So because the all is mind, the universe is mental, but mind doesn't necessarily mean a brain, even though I'm pointing at my brain because habit, but mind really is in the heart, according to Egyptian and Kemetic science. The mind begins in the heart because that's actually the first organ that's formed. I learned that today. When you're born, the first organ is not the brain. Chose wrong. The first organ is the heart, right? Realizing that all is mind, the universe is mental, right? So before you manifest something out here, it has to start in here and in here and etc. It has to start in the thoughts, right? The thought is the first creation. Take that jewel with you. Because thought is the first creation, Mercury retrograde, with Mercury ruling the mind and thinking and thoughts and communication, things start to kind of break down. Things start to break down as far as communication goes, as far as maybe your thinking goes. It is very much so a time for introspection. If you feel called to make a move, make sure it's the right one for your purpose. I know why I'm stumbling. I ain't gonna cap. I've been on a fast for the past 2 days. I'm a little loopy, but not enough to make me like insane or nothing. But a little bit of a lapse. But at any rate, So Mercury retrograde is really a time for introspection. So take that time to go within, um, do what you need to do internally, things of that nature, so that you're at your highest, both mentally, physically, and etc. when the retrograde ends. And I believe Mars retrograde, which we've been in for the past couple months, that ends, I believe, in February. So, if you're wondering why there's been so much smoke and things of that nature, people wanting to argue and fight, Mars retrograde is why. A little bit of astrology, one, two. I know astrology, I'm not an astrologer. You know what I'm saying? So definitely reference your local astrology expert for a little bit of confirmation. You know what I'm saying? But at any rate, I've been rambling long enough. I hope you've had a good day or night whenever you choose to watch this. If you have not already, check out the website, perceptionovereverything.com. Tap in. It's revamped. Everything's simple and easy to understand, so you know exactly what we're doing and why. I help artists with brands, period. You don't have a brand if you don't know yourself. So in order to reach the people that need you, you need to know yourself so you know what to put in the marketplace, period. Business and spirituality are tied together just as much as anything else is. Get the book, The Art of Inspiration, The Highest Human Act. We definitely going to be pushing that. Book yourself a consultation. 15 minutes for the free ski, bro. It don't cost you nothing. You might not even need none of my services. But at any rate, thank you again. Tune in next time. Go stream the Morphin Time EP. Some dope producers on that. It's one of my favorite projects. And I didn't even know that Tommy Oliver was going to pass before I made OG Tommy Oliver. So that's a cool little plot twist. And a great way to honor him. So I'm done, y'all. I'm out of here. Peace. And POE the gang. Yo.